What does it mean to trust the process? What does it mean to have faith in the fact that you'll get what you want in due time? I think one of the biggest challenges that I've had to take on as a man that's growing up is that you cannot rush the process. I'm 23 years old right now, and I want to be everywhere and anywhere all at once. And I think you might understand that. But one thing I've also learned is that you can never rush the process, and there's reasons. Imagine a man that joins an art school to paint, and he wants to become one of the best painters in the world, like Van Gogh or the other guys that are painters. I have no idea about painters. I'm just trying to give you an analogy here. And he decides that, he will start realistic painting. So he'll do realistic paintings of dogs or portraits or faces, or that's that type of thing. And he says, I'm gonna try it. He tries it for a day and he's terrible. He can draw as good as a 5-year-old can color in a coloring book. And he gets disheartened and gives up. Now I look at somebody else, somebody that says, drawing is a skill that takes time to develop. It takes time to understand the deep nuances of toning and shading and coloring. And he sticks with it. He doesn't do it every single day, but he does it every single week for a year. What does he learn? What happens? Well, common sense says that he becomes, one of the best drawers out there, at least, or decent enough. No, it's not the case. The biggest lesson that he learns is his mistakes. He learns what not to do. He learns how to start his diagrams to build the correct ratios and proportions to the face, the mouth, the lips, the eyes, the ears. He learns human anatomy. He learns to improve his fine motor skills. He understands the importance of being more delicate in certain areas of the face to accentuate different features. He develops, he becomes an artist. You can't expect to become the thing without waiting on the process. The process is not to deter you from the journey or the path that you want to go on. You might want to become a business owner. You might want to have a decent relationship. You might want to have a family, children. You might want to be able to, have financial independence where you're able to go on holidays 5-6 times a year. Be stress-free. But you can't rush the process. The process is there to grow you in resilience. Resilience is a massive thing. If you think you struggle with resilience right now, there's a reason why. It's because you keep on running away from the things that are trying to build that resilience in you. You ask for strength, and so therefore you get challenges, but you run away from the challenges because you don't understand that they're there to build strength in you. You ask for a fantastic relationship, and then you realize that, nobody's coming into my life. There's no girls or there's no men coming into my life. I'm tired. You've got all the relationships around you. How's your relationship with your mother? How's your relationship with your father? You don't call them, you don't speak to them. As soon as you get home from work, you, go into your room and you play video games or watch TV because you can't be bothered, you're too tired. When you have a wife or a husband and you've got a long day at work, you've been spoken to like crap by your managers, and now you've got to come home and run your house. Now you've got to come home and wash the dishes. Now you've got to come home and fold your laundry. That's the last thing you want to do. You want to come home and relax on your sofa. But you want a nice relationship. How do you expect to keep that relationship if you're not allowing the process to teach you who you must become, who you must be? I think one of the most interesting things, and I can't really describe this in the best way possible, I'm going to try here. Human life has this very weird way of doing things in opposites, or in terms of you've got to kind of wait. So if you want to lose weight, you've got to wait quite a bit of time. You've got to eat healthily. You've got to change your mindset. But over time, as you do that, it begins to shift and change you into this new person. It's like the opposites of what you would want to do. If you don't do them, you become the thing that you want to become. So if you don't do the thing which you want to do, which is eat unhealthily or not go to the gym, you become the person you want to become. Life works in opposites. It's always the thing that's staring right in front of you that you must not ignore to become the thing that you want to become. But the problem with us as humans is that we love to take the path of least resistance, because least resistance is a whole lot more favorable and a whole lot more comfortable than going against the grain. That's why we get so offended when somebody tells us about our wrongs more than our rights, because it feels like a direct attack. What life is doing is that it's directly attacking you. Or, contrary to that, it's not attacking you, it's comforting you. And you get to choose your comfort. But once you begin to go against the grain, you begin to feel a sense of pain, a sense of urgency. And that sense of urgency pushes you to change. But you can't change unless you allow life to teach you the spiritual lessons it needs to teach you to become the type of person that you want. This even goes for business. 3 years of pain for a lifetime of comfort. And it's easy me saying this to you now, and I understand that. I sympathize with you. I'm not trying to say that, I'm that type of person that can wait for 3 years for a business to start. You're going through all sorts of losses, all sorts of downfall. You've got negative income. Your cash flow is horrible. Nobody's buying from you. You've got to reiterate products. You've got to wake up every morning at 6, go online to your business and see that nobody's come onto your page. I understand it all. But look at what it's teaching you. I think what might be helpful is if you have like a whiteboard. So I've got a whiteboard here or like a book, and write down all the problems that you face today and ask yourself, what is it teaching you? It's all about a change in perspective. And one of the things that I didn't like about perspective is that it's kind of like this coping mechanism, or it felt like that anyway. Well, I'm trying to justify the bad things that are happening to me. But I guess the best way to kind of look at things in life is not about why is this happening to me, but what is it trying to teach me? And I think, like I said, it's cliche and it's annoying because you hear the same stuff over again, but I think it's important that you reiterate these concepts, because that's exactly it. The heartbreak that you might be going through, it's teaching you something. It's giving you such a strong opportunity. Some doors close so other doors can open. And the human hypocrisy, the nature of us is that we choose to be angry at what we can't see. We see things happen to us and we're like, my life is so crap. I'm just going to give up. I'm tired. No, it's trying to help you. It's trying to show you that there's so much more out there. And one thing on that point as well, because something just came into my mind. I had a moment where my ex came back to me. So after the whole process, 2 or 3 years, and I've went through the process, I've strengthened and improved as a person. She's come back. Sometimes lessons come back to you to see if you've revised, to see if you've learned, to see if you've understood the lesson truly. If you then take that person back and you see the same book and the same ending, you've only got yourself to blame. And life will continuously test you like that. And it's up to you to make sure that you don't fail the test. Because once you fail the test, you're back to exactly who you are. And that's exactly what growth is. Trust the process, and I'm sure you'll get everything you want in your life and more.